Yo, what's good, Spirit Squad? It's your boy Dre, and we are here with another new Spirits deck list to help us tackle what is going to be the Strixhaven meta. And by Strixhaven meta, what I really mean is Clever Lumimancer and Friends, since that is easily the biggest new addition to Magic, especially Modern, after the release of Strixhaven. But we also have a lot of other problems to solve, and I think we've got the answer. Check this out. What we've got here is going to be an Esper Spirits list, and Esper is pretty important because I think we really want to play black cards. And I don't mean the ones that these guys say I play whenever, I don't want to be called names in public now. What I mean is that we get to play very efficient removal spells to help tackle the new, very efficient threats that our opponents are going to be playing now that Strixhaven is out. So, we've already mentioned a Clever Lumimancer, but what do we do about the Death Shadows of the world, the Heliod combos of the world, and threats that cost more than 4? Well, we've got a few things. We've got 4 copies of Fatal Push in the main here, and these will help with Clever Lumimancer, with all the Mana Dork decks coming out of things like Ponza, Yawgmoth combo, everything green, right? But we've also get to deal with Death Shadow and other big important cards. We also get to play what I think is the sweetest new removal spell to come from Strixhaven, and that's going to be Vanishing Verse. Vanishing Verse is dope. This thing is just a white and a black, you exile target monocolored permanent, bam, problem solved. But by problem, I mean everything that neither Fatal Push or Skyclave Apparition can usually handle by itself. So I mean cards like Heliod, cards like Primeval Titan, cards like Stormwing Entity, and these things are all nice and just finito, done with a single copy of Vanishing Verse, and I really, really like that about this. So to that extent, I've got 1 of these in the main, and 2 more on the board for a total of 3. But everything else here is just regular Spirit stuff, right? So we've got our Wanderers, Rattlechain, Shackleguy, Supreme Phantoms, Skyclaves, Drog Skulls, and Spell Quellers. Our flex spots here are going to be Unsettled Mariners, because we do still need to respect Death Shadow, and Prowess, and Burn, and all of them are pretty near the top of the meta. So I think Unsettled Mariner is in a surprisingly good place right now. Here, because we want to make sure we are hitting our land drops and we're trying to actively do things like play removal spells in the main, we're playing 21 lands, and what we wanted to do to make sure that our Fatal Pushes get procced a little more, just in case 3 or 4 drops need to be removed, and of course just to make sure we hit all of our colors, is we're playing 6 fetches in our main here. We're playing 4 Flooded Strands and 2 Polluted Deltas. The Flooded Strands and Polluted Deltas will help make sure that the Revolt half of Fatal Push is procced more often, so that'll be pretty nice. We're also playing fast lands. We're playing Seachrome Coast and 2 Darkflick Shores, but this doesn't even mess up our Cavern of Souls or Moreland Haunt mana because we've got so many good colored sources. So this is actually going to rock pretty hard, right? Our sideboard also contains a lot of solutions to the biggest problems we have. We've got 3 copies of Burnt and Forge Tender. These will help with both Prowess and Burn. We've got a Nile Spellbomb and 2 Remorseful Clerics and a Singleton Kaya's Guile to help with any of the Dredge shenanigans, because Dredge is ultra efficient right now. They just got Thrilling Discovery, so they're effectively running 8 copies of Thrilling Discovery Cathartic Reunion effects. They also get to be super cute with everything from the Lesson Learned mechanic half of the set too. Granted, I don't think any of the Lesson Learned cards for Dredge will be great other than Cram Session, but I think Dredge still really needs to be respected. So, we're playing 4 cards to respect it. And of course, the Spirits half of our deck is also just relatively good against Dredge anyway. Like, we can just fly over their stuff most of the time. And that's sometimes just enough to get there. But this doesn't even really take out too much of what we would want to do against the rest of the format, right? Like, we've got the 2 Vanishing Verses, we've got Disdainful Stroke and 3 Damping Spheres to help with Tron, we've got Force and Negation to help settle any, spell-based decks, again, Tron, but also, Esper Control, Blue-White, most combo decks, etc. And I think we're actually in a really sweet place right now. The Vanishing Verses really help us to shore up what are otherwise a bunch of really bad matchups, and this is going to be what we're using on Monday when we stream to help tackle this new Strixhaven meta. We're also going to get to check out the challenge deck lists from the weekend when Monday comes around too. So we'll get to check those out, see if I was right about what people are playing, and then, play a league or 2 ourselves, see how this deck helps us adjust to what this meta is doing, and then of course we'll get to discuss and go from there. So it'll be awesome. I think I have got a lot of faith in this deck. So If you like what you're watching, make sure to tune in Monday, but also for this video, just make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, and we'll see y'all on the next one.